Welcome to Bearing Away Revisited, Adventures in Inverness, beginning with a boat ride along the Caledonian Canal and on Loch Ness.
Everyone on board the Jacobite Queen. Our jackets can be easily adjusted to fit any size, and they are stowed within the red chests you see around the ship, and underneath the seat at the far end of the saloon. All has a life jacket symbol.
These natural bits of water in the Great Glen. 22 miles, so they had to work from either end. They worked from Inverness towards Loch Ness, and they worked from Fort William area. They had a sea loch down there called Loch Ness. They worked inland. Different problems, different kind of like environmental factors. Down at the Fort William end, they had to dynamite through solid rock to create the water channel from the Loch Ness inland. And from this end, they had to deal with tidal kind of marshy stuff around the Inverness area. And wait for the tides to go in.
The wee notice board up there to tell you what happens. It's half-inch crack.
After travelling along the Caledonian Canal navigation for some time, we entered a loch to be raised from the level of the canal to the level of the Loch Ness lake itself.
Okay, good morning everybody, welcome aboard. We're just about to set off, and as we set off there will be an automated safety announcement with two different voices.
After leaving the canal, we motored across Loch Ness towards Urquhart Castle, where we stopped for photograph opportunities and to pick up more passengers before making the return trip.
But this doesn't happen anymore. It's all been tidied up, nice pathways and bits of it strengthened, and you can actually get up to bits of it that you couldn't get to in the past. There's people up there in the top there with the Grand Tower. That wouldn't have been possible before there was a visitor centre. Thank you, sorry, Scotland. Anyway, it's one of the sort of top castles in Scotland to visit. It must have been incredible to actually see it when it was in one piece. No, I haven't finished yet. That was enjoyable, I'm not even starting. Anyway, here we are when you were in the corner, the last bit of the journey. Just beyond that house, up the canal house or the bridge, you got a distinctive looking hill, and a landmark around Inverness. Now, it's interesting because Inverness is kind of flat, and you see suddenly a random hill. It was left when a glacier kind of pulled away and it dragged all this sort of silt and rock and left. It's called an esker. Okay, it's got overgrown with trees. It's called Tomnahur Hill, Hill of the Yew Tree. And yeah, as you see, the canal winds its way around through the suburbs of Inverness. Just like, you know, before the canal was built, it wasn't there. You know, it was predicted by somebody called Abraham Seer 150 years before it happened. He predicted.
Wandering back into the centre of Inverness after stepping off the boat, I came across a bit of an odd spectacle by the side of the River Ness. Lots of people gathered on the banks, cheering on people seemingly in the river. To this day, I still have no idea what was going on. I'd be interested if anybody else can work it out and put something in the comments. A race, maybe?
Come on, guys!
substantive. I thought I would just go for a nice little wander by the River Ness. I had read that there are islands linked by bridges that I could explore. Except I've been walking along a boggy path now for what feels like about a mile through woods. Sounds like I'm coming up to a motorway now, so we'll see what happens next. This wasn't quite what I had in mind, and I think I'm now far too muddy to ever get into a restaurant later. Oh dear. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Well, no sooner have they gone another 20 metres and then the path stops. Or at least the dog doesn't seem able to find a path. And I don't desperately want to fall in either the water on that side or the water on that side. And perhaps what I thought I could hear as traffic is actually the sound of a weir. Oh dear. I think I'm going to have to just go back. Which is the last thing I wanted to do. So I turned around and came back a little way. Almost fell flat on my face when we went over a log too quickly, despite trying to slow Geo down, and then clonked my head on a branch, but then found a bridge. We might yet be able to cross this river. Let's see. I'm glad I didn't try carrying on along that path, because I would have stepped off straight into the river. Hopefully something would have stopped me before I got there, but it would seem that that's where the stream that was to the right of me empties into the big river that was to the left of me, underneath a big dark bridge. Now I really am giving up. The pathway which runs alongside the main road merges seemingly into the road in order to cross the bridge, and I have no idea whether it's still safe to walk along it or not. I'm not going to chance it. It looks to me like when I got to the point, it looked like the hard shoulder on a motorway. So we're going to walk back along the road. Thankfully, a restaurant did accept me in my rather grubby state, and after a rather nice meal, I headed back to Inverness station to catch that night's Caledonian Sleeper train back to London. You're escaping again, Mr. G. Come on. Thank you very much. So here's Geo demonstrating the size of our first class sleeper today. We're not in the accessible berth this time. We're in the normal one. You're nice and comfy there, Mr. G. If I step back into the corridor and show you. Yes. So, there's the corridor, it's narrow, like more sleeper trains. And then in here we have the bed. We have a bit of hanging space over there. I don't think I can quite reach it at the moment. It's underneath the table there's a sink. And that's about it. We have about 11 hours on here until we get to King's Cross. Yes, you heard me right, King's Cross today, or tomorrow rather, as Euston is closed for the weekend. So, goodbye Inverness, goodbye Scotland.
Come here, back. I just need to get this some more.
looks like we're going to be into King's Cross about half an hour early, at least. And I think we might as well get on with the day. And speed into King's Cross we did, as depicted in this rather nifty little time-lapse video that I took from the cabin window, as we headed south through Stevenage, Hatfield, Alexandra Palace, Finsbury Park and onwards towards King's Cross Station. It's about 7:15. We are 25 minutes early and the doors have just been unlocked. So into London we go. Ready, Gio? Come on then, up sit. Up. Come on, wakey wakey. Up sit.